members, so United Republic. It's a beautiful day. We thank the Lord. We've completed our season. We finished high in high spirits. We finished top, and we will be progressing to the playoffs. And we want to have a conversation with our patron, Edwin Ayiro, the team leader of our club, so United Football Club, who's going to have a discussion about how the season has been. We're going to review from the start to the end, and as we are going to progress to the playoffs, what are the plans and many more. Thank you. Good morning, TL, team leader.
Morning. Thank you. Thank you for finding time to share this segment.
Yeah. Generally, the big question is we just want to review how the season has been from the start. We started, I think, in October 14th when we started our first match, and the season ended on the 15th, which was on Saturday. How was the season from the start to the end? How was it from how it started up to the end? You as the team leader.
Wow, what a journey. I would say that this has been a very exciting season. We started when we had no idea what we really were up to in terms of the players, the squad at that particular moment. We had like 7 players. We started with 7 players. And I really want to, first of all, just thank the technical bench who we started with, because we started with Atinda Jacob, who is the assistant now.
Yes.
He was the one in charge. It was difficult trying to assemble a squad. Reason being that when the league started, we had too many tournaments, which were ongoing.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't get hold of any player that you would express an interest in.
People move out easily to join.
Exactly, they were all over the place in tournaments. So it was a big task starting, but with time we gelled a squad, we formed a squad, and we navigated through the meanders, through the bad and good times, and we thank God that the season has finally come to an end. So looking back, the genesis of this particular season was when we held, or during the Chapadimba days, because that is when we started steps to bring back So United. Remember, we had been in the cold for a whole season after what transpired with the caretaker committee and all that. So we used that Chapadimba as an avenue to start the season. And we are lucky that some of the boys who featured in that Chapadimba are part of this team. So indeed, the start was a big challenge.
It was so bumpy.
Yes.
Yeah, from the season, I want us to start looking at the first leg, because I think we finished first leg top, despite the challenges that you have mentioned from the start. How was the first leg, as you as the patron and the team as a whole?
I would say that this particular team has been unique in one way. This is the only team that has shown so much belief and desire that we all agreed. During the first leg, we said that, guys, we know we are drawing too many matches, and the day we'll start to get those 3 points, we will rise up that table. And we challenged everybody, because we are a team. We challenged everyone and said that once we get to the top spot, we will never relinquish that position. And it was within us. It was a motivating factor. And because it's a league, we would have good days, bad days, but I'm happy that most of our bad days ended in draws. So when we drew a match, we remained top. When we won a match, we remained top. And that has been the biggest difference between the previous teams and this particular team. The fact that they've been able to maintain throughout at the end of the first leg, for them to maintain that top spot. That was a defining trajectory or changing point for the entire team at that particular stage. So for me, the first leg, it was basically about getting the points, getting up the table, and once we got to where we wanted, we said that we now must maintain it.
Okay. Yeah, during the mid-season window, that was around a bit in January, February, you at least the the technical bench with your support managed to bring in some quality players. I think they form a formidable team that way. Can you speak about them, the acquisition in the mid-season? Can it be a motivation factor, or also they brought in some energy to support you towards the second leg?
Definitely. I can surprise you. By the way, during our first leg, we were even out of the transfer window. We were caught out because we didn't have the quality. We didn't have the quality that is associated with So United in terms of young and hungry players. And so when the transfer window came, we sat down with the coaches and we identified certain characters that we knew once we bring them on board, we would stabilize that ship. And the players that came in during that transfer window have really contributed a lot towards this particular success. I would also say that during that transfer window also, we looked and we've agreed, and now it is something that is even informing our decisions to date, that we were very keen. We were very keen on character. Because the DNA of the team now is family, and that was a difference.
Sure.
All the players that came in during the transfer window became part of the larger family, and we are also lucky because some of these lads are people who've been with us previously, so they felt like they are coming home. They felt like they owe the team a duty, and they owe something unique, and we are really proud of them because they've helped us get to where we wanted to go, or another challenge which we are also looking forward to. So that window was very important.
Okay.
Yes.
Generally, also the season, since it started up to the end, there's some positive milestones that the club generally achieve apart from just the playing unity with the signings that you have mentioned. There's some milestone that you introduced in the team, like maybe you first the ground which the team uses at Ivugwe, and the team started get collections. That journey from the start, it has been very positive because many people have seen that the big collection, they are chipping in some, the funds who are helping the team to run their activities a bit. I want to talk about it. Did it take the hard time to come with that strategic decision? How was it?
Of course, when you are soul searching, or when you don't do something right, and you take time to think about it, you must come up with viable solutions. And for us, our first stop was that our fans are usually very, very, very passionate about the team. And we thought that the only way this team can do well, or the only way we can now put in place a foundation that does not lead us the wrong way, is through looking at how do we make the team more self-sustainable. And so we first of all decided we are going to do a perimeter fence around the Vugu pitch, and we discussed this with our fans and agreed that we would be charging 50 shillings per home match. And it is true, those small drops have really contributed a lot in terms of carrying the team forward. And I'm proud of our fans because they've owned it. When the idea came up, they were excited about it, and they've lived through it throughout the team. Secondly, we were also blessed, and we thank God that we managed to navigate around transport. Because transport is an issue. Any team, including those in the Kenya Premier League.
Yes.
Transport is a factor. And we are lucky we managed to get some 2 vans. Of course, through friends and through other people, we've been able now to move around that. Those ones can be hired, for example.
Yes.
But on match days, for us, our business is getting fuel to take us to those match venues. And of course, another thing that was unique with us this season is the establishment of that sports hub. When you look at our attendances, our fans now are donning those replica jerseys and all that. And I would say that we are yet to put the sports hub where it's supposed to be. It requires a lot of funds in terms of more capital being pumped into it. And although we started small, we want to say that it also chipped in terms of not only just bringing the fans, but the identity of the team.
Yes.
And more importantly, it has also given us a foundation to explore, and we want to do it big. We want to try and get some more capital, and we make that sports hub really, really viable.
Okay, welcome back. We're going to speak about our focus going to be about the playoffs, which will be played on the 6th and 7th of July at Kipchoge Keino Stadium in Eldoret. The patron we're going to highlight today how the team is going to prepare because they finished top in the Zone A, Western Zone A, and now they're going to meet Western Zone B runners-up, which I think it's Mfalme FC from the other zone, also in Eldoret. How is the team going to prepare, and what's the plan generally, just focusing on the playoffs? Patron, the playoffs are coming in about a fortnight. That's 2 weeks. If we minus the weekends, it will come to 10 days. If we deduct, let's say, a holiday, which may come in between because you never know. The holiday comes, it's be like 9 days of preparation. How is the team? What's your plans for the team going towards those playoffs?
Thank you. The playoff is a different ball game altogether.
Yes.
Remember, we are 4 teams.
Yes, sure.
And only one team gets the automatic slot.
Yeah.
And so the team preparations, we are going to focus mainly on the mental aspect.
Yes.
Of how best do we prepare as a team. Because the boys are fit, if it's terms of fitness levels are good. Another disadvantage is that you have a very limited time.
Yes.
To look for perfection.
Sure.
And you know how difficult it is to attain perfection. So for us, we are going to now approach this duration with 2 things in mind. One, we are going to make sure that we are very good managers of our time.
Yes.
Because it is limited. And secondly, we are going to make sure that our boys' minds can carry their bodies.
Yes.
That we are going to work on their mentality so that they can be fully prepared in terms of the expectations. A playoff is a different thing because there's a lot of pressure, both from the fans and even the matches that they're going to play. But we are also going to borrow from our history. We've been in playoffs before.
Yes.
And history will always inform the present and probably the future. So we will borrow from our history. We look at how did we prepare for the previous playoffs, and definitely I can tell you for a fact is that we are going to prepare the same way we prepared for those previous ones. And so for now, the boys know there's no time to rest. We've already at work. Immediately the final whistle blew against Malaba Giants, we moved into preparations already, and we will work on it so that we get to the end, because we know what our season was and we know where we want to be. So I might not diverge the nitty gritties per se, but I'm just saying that it's time to prepare for the playoffs, and we as So United will see and know how best we are going to prepare for it, and just assure the fans that we are going to prepare in such a way that we get to the promised land.
Okay. Yeah, maybe if we just have a talk about maybe fate might come because players are there. It's a 50-50. It's like you're not going. It's not your group wins, then you advance. It's a knockout stage. What if push comes to shove? Maybe So United sadly doesn't make it to the playoffs. What will be? Will we still go back to the Div 2 and try another time?
Let me say this, and this is my word to the fans.
Yes.
When we started this journey, we started with a very firm belief that we need to get back to Division 1. And it is that particular information or that particular basis that has informed all our efforts throughout this season. It is not by luck that these boys have been at position 1 for close to half the entire season.
Yeah.
It is not sheer luck, it is hard work.
And
I would also say that we only have close to 180 minutes of football to get to Division 1.
Yeah, playoffs can go, it's a 50-50 duel, depending on the teams, because those teams that are in the playoffs, generally they are quality teams, we can say, because They have also maybe hard work have placed them there. Yeah, maybe let's say if So United doesn't manage to advance the Division 1, let's say because it's a 50-50 thing. If such happens, what's the take? Will the team go back to Division 1 maybe to prepare for some other time? Or
Uh, First of all, let me just confirm that for So United, this is our reincarnation. This is like our second rebirth.
Yeah.
And it is so significant, not only to the players
Yes.
and those associated with the team,
Yeah.
but within ourselves. We believe that chance will only favor the prepared mind. And for us as So United, we have put in all the effort throughout the season before even getting to these playoffs.
Yes.
And what will be the difference? And the team that prepares well over these few days is the team that will carry the day in Eldoret. So for us, we are very, very committed to preparation.
Okay.
We are not thinking about the outcome.
Yes.
At this juncture.
Just focus on the preparation.
We are just preparing. We are focusing on ourselves, and we will focus on ourselves to levels that can carry us the days. So that when we get to Eldoret over the 6th and the 7th of next month,
Yes.
Our preparation can be the difference.
Okay.
So I would say that we are not preparing with a particular thought in mind that it can go wrong. We are preparing and saying that we want to believe in our own preparations. We want to prepare so well that when that day comes, we can execute and carry the day. If in the event anything happens, we'll react to it then. But for now, the focus is on preparation.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, maybe I just want to touch something about let's say the fan base itself. Yeah, they've been very supportive. Can say because I'm also part of the team, so I can see their support from different channels, from different angles. Yeah, how can you speak about, because at some point they've been attending also away matches, and also the purchase of replica has been. What's your message to them, and maybe is there something that you're maybe planning to involve them so that they can have a bigger stake maybe in the welfare side of the club?
Sure. Our fans this season, they've been amazing. Yes. I mean, you cannot put it in words for those of us who understand football. And it is these big occasions that the players, together with the technical bench and management, we can only reward our fans or say thank you to them by turning up in Eldoret on the 6th and the 7th, yes, by putting in a good performance. Uh, as we discuss this here today, we feel like we'll be overwhelmed by the orders in terms of replicas for that particular day. Yeah. But more importantly, from a personal perspective, I just want to really embrace these fans and tell them thank you for carrying us through, yes, some difficult matches, both at home and even away. Yeah. But more importantly, I also want our fans to know that this is their team. Yes. And that's something they've shown me as the team leader, that they are part of us, that they will chip in through those entry fees, through the purchase of replicas, and that is something that must be appreciated. Yeah. But more and more of concern to me is that we want to have their representation in the management of the day-to-day management of the club. Yeah. Reason being, soon this club could attract sponsorship, for example. Yeah. We should be able to have these sponsors come on board when already we have the fans' representatives, yeah, on the management. Yeah. And I am keen on this, and I'm keeping the promise to the fans that they will have this representation. Yeah. How nice would it be that after we finish the playoffs, for example, yeah, we can finally roll our SOE day, yeah, so that we do this mass enrollment, and we tell them now this is the way forward, yeah, and they can have representatives who can even relay information to them. Yeah. In their particular areas, because our fans come from all over.
Yeah.
You have fans across Likuyani constituency, you have fans across Kakamega County, and even nationwide. And recently, we are also having fans from the diaspora, for example.
Yeah.
So what we want is for them to have a stake and a word in all the decisions and what we do.
Okay.
Because that is why this team, that is why there's a hashtag that's so in it.
Yeah.
We mean it, and it is for them. It is not for any individual. And as we normally say, Soy United Football Club is bigger than all the personalities that even run the club or even the players themselves. And this is a message that we want them to own and really feel appreciated and part of us. Okay. And I will also challenge them, let us paint Eldoret blue and white come the 6th and the 7th of next month.
Okay, thank you. You know, you have talked, it's always, I think this is the final. We just want to talk about maybe because we know running the affairs of the club is somehow difficult. And we've been talking about the fans, maybe their support. You have touched something about the sponsorship. Maybe, you know, running a club, I know from a different angle, it's quite expensive, the logistics that come across when maybe, let's say, traveling, maybe paying the allowances, paying the match day referees, kind of sort. Are there maybe concerns, or maybe there are other corporate partners out there who have shown interest maybe to come out at least to chip and support the running of the club?
Yes, and you know,
don't just disclose them. You can maybe say that.
I would say yes. It is indeed true that we've attracted attention of a few entities and also individuals who are saying they can also pitch tent for us and help us get this support in terms of sponsorship. And one of the biggest challenges, and this is the biggest motivation for all of us, is that some of the discussions will now take center stage after these playoffs. We wanted to really focus on our players. And after that, we can now go and tell these people that, look, we've crossed the bridge, we are on the other end, and now we are ready to take off as a club. And even at this particular juncture, I would still reach out to would-be corporates outside there, individuals within. And specifically, I wish to challenge people or entities that are operating within the larger Trans Nzoia, Western Gishu, and Kakamega counties, for example, that this is a brand that is just coming on board also to partner with your brand. If it is value addition, so United, we've done it. If it is the structures for a grassroots or for an amateur club, I think we've done more than enough to attract this support. The challenges notwithstanding, the challenges aside, I think So United is slowly revolutionizing or evolving into a club that can easily be sponsored, or a club that can easily partner with anybody outside there. Because we believe in merit, we believe in accountability, we are very, very transparent. And so anybody coming in is just coming to improve our brand. They are coming in to make us even better. And so that is where we are looking at. And it is good that we have a playoff away from home. And I think anybody who's been following us, or to our friends outside there who've been asking whether this support they see at Ivugu is the same, Eldoret is cosmopolitan, and I will just invite everybody, come and get a feel of this brand, So United.
Thank you. That's the view from the patron, speaking about maybe the possible partnerships or sponsorships that may come across, maybe to come and support the club. That has been the conversation with our team leader, Kwanza Patron. Thank you for the for the interview.
Thank you.
We closed our interview session here with the patron, but more will be coming as the days move by, as we will also have to feature about how the team is going to prepare for the promotion playoffs in Eldoret. We also want to acknowledge all of you who have been supporting our activities, our maybe the motivation that come across our So United TV, the brand itself, as we are trying to set it up. We urge that may you continue supporting us. You can go on YouTube, you search So United TV, you subscribe, press the subscription button, then it'll be okay. It'll be getting all the updates related to So United. And also you can follow us on our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We have found us So United Football Club. Thank you. I've been your host Cedric Siambi. We'll meet in another segment coming days. Thank you.